Hello everyone and welcome to today's qualifying session at Monza. Div1 is a 3-session qualifying, just like in real life, along with the 50% race, followed by no assists. And we already have a Ferrari headed out to the pits. Headed out of the pits, more like. And an Alfa Romeo as well. ECL Toby, the first one out, trying to get his lap time as quick as possible. Taking the first chicanes very well. Hankber also out on his lap. That chicane is very hard on the brakes, very hard on the rear tires as well. Run the risk of spinning out if you're not careful. Scaparo also on his lap in the AlphaTauri for this evening. Yes, he's taking it a lot slower, as would I if I was, if I was only on my out lap. You want to preserve your tires as good as possible to have as much grip starting your flying lap. We go back out to ECL Toby here, warming up his tires down the back straight. As Hankber, also on his out lap. Go back to ECL Toby, starting his flying lap now. DRS open. Top speed of 211 before he hits the brakes. Hauling, just absolutely moving. We've had a yellow flag through the beginning of turn 1 for some reason. Don't know why that's about though. As more drivers get on the track, it'll be a lot more perilous for people starting their fast lap or hot lap that are already on it. They have to be more aware of their surroundings. Hopefully the people on their out laps can also see that who's on a flying lap and who's not. Again, another yellow flag. Oh, here we go. Hankber on his out lap. Put it into the gravel pit. Thankfully he's not received damage from that, but ECL Toby with the fastest Sector 3 of a 54.0. Ooh, very wide on exit, and he's unfortunately invalidated his lap. Scaparo with the retirement early on. That'll see him out of the rest of qualifying, unfortunately. Okay, Tojo is on board with intermediates for some reason. That'll see him also disqualified from the session. Don't know why he's doing this. No grip whatsoever. Phil Shea BMW on another flying lap. He does a 1:22.0 across the line. Provisional pole for the time being. This is a pretty solid time, so hopefully other drivers can either match or beat this time to have some really good racing. Shada seems to be going on another lap as well. (1:22.4) with by Ruthless Peach. on mediums as well. Wow, he is quick today. Icy lane. Almost loses the car. Thankfully, he kept it on track. This might be it for him, though. Yep. Unfortunate. $121.2. Okay. By Phil Shea. Very quick indeed. Oh, William with a purple first sector. Looks like we have somebody else going to the top of the board today. T-Brand on his flying lap as well. T-Brand with the purple second sector. Oh, but he took this chicane very slowly. Unfortunate. This is a very high speed chicane as well, where you have to go over a lot of that curb on the inside on the left in order to maintain the time. William on the last turn. There's a 21.6. And he has a lot of fuel on board as well. He could go for another lap, but I don't know if he will or not. Ruthless Peach coming through again. He does not improve. Instead, he does a 0.175 slower than his fastest time. Now we're on Huge 1383 coming around the last turn, going into the straight. With a 123.2, so quite a ways away from the lead of the field, but that is perfectly fine. It's all about being consistent. The man who I raced with last night, who is very rapid, ERF1 Pro Bro, took the curb just like you're supposed to. This is flat out as well. If you can stay flat out through the throttle, you'll gain so much time on people here. Coming into the last turn now. Oh, but he goes wide. Unfortunate. There's a yellow flag in Sector 1 for some reason. Probro with a 121.4 sitting him at P3 for today's session. And now there's a yellow flag. What's going on here? Oh, both Alpha Tauris are out of the session. Okay, well that sees them out of Q1. Well, Ruthless Peach is currently P14. If he can hold this position, he will go into Q2 just off of a DNF alone. RPM Sinful taking that section very carefully. Oh my.
Good luck, guys.
Huge, absolutely sending it over those sausage curves, not caring about the body damage that's underway. Oh, and we have a yellow flag going into Sector 2. Is it huge? It is huge. Oh, low fuel mode? It is. I feel a little bit of sandbagging is coming from ProBro, because I know for a fact that this man has the pace. We were doing 20s. We were doing mid-20s last night. Now maybe he's just holding it for Q2 and Q3. Who knows? Okay. Well, we'll go to Tojo here, who's on his outlap. We'll also cover Phil. Phil is on his outlap as well. Let's see what he does going through Sector 2 here. Will he be purple? He will not, with a 54.7, 3/10 up on his personal best. Heading onto the back straight, coming up to into the last turn. Hopefully they can stick it to the inside. You want to start accelerating once you reach the end of the rumble strips on the right. Keep it pinned. Keep it to the inside to shave down time as much as possible. You will have the grip, it just feels weird. With a 122.6 across the line, that sees him in P7. The rest of the field, P6 and up, is all sub 122.0. So there's a lot of ground to be picked up here from the rest of the field from P8 and onwards, or really P7 and onwards. Yellow flag for what I think to be an Alpine. Or Williams? Is it T-Bren? It is T-Bren. He has... how much fuel on board? 28 laps of fuel on board. What the hell is that? Alrighty. T-Bren with a 134. I'm not sure what was going on for the strategy there, but maybe there's something that I'm not seeing.
Emoji clinking beer mugs, emoji heart with ribbon, Dave.
Hello, Dave. Clean through this second chicane. See how he is. This is a little bit of commentator's jest, but I feel like I need to know the names of the turns for it to be more enjoyable. I mean, I know the track as someone who plays the game, but I just don't know the names of the turns. It's unfortunate, really, but that just goes to show my lack of playtime compared to others, as I've only started playing this game fairly recently. Welcome to everybody that's joining, by the way. Good to see you all. Into the final turn for T-Bren here. With a 125.508. 2.322 seconds slower than his fastest personal time. Let's see what ECL Toby's got. Warming up his fresh set of soft compound tires. ECL Toby coming through the final turn. Let's see if he's up. It sounded like he was up. Yep, a 20.9, showing that he has the pace to take this all the way to first place. Qualifying 1 is now over. So, the top 15, ECL Toby, FIL Shea BMW, Tojo 97, ER F1 Pro Bro, Huge 1383, William Lothker, RPM Sinful, Hank Burr, FIL Modi Perez 46, T Brand, Rills Teravillo, F1 Mason 23, Neil with no time, Huge with a 121. Did I already say his name? I thought I already said his name. Ruthless Peach with a 122.2. Icy Lane, or the Zane, I guess, with no time as well. But somehow, these 15 drivers have made it into Q2. Congratulations to them all. Unlucky for the other two, but that gives you time to do, or that gives you the chance to do an alternate strategy. And sometimes that can make or break your race. So hopefully it makes their race for them. With Toby being the last into the pit, we will see the end of qualifying 1 here shortly. Our top 3, ECL Toby with a 120.906, FAL Shea with a 120.230, and Tojo 97 with a 121.289. So the fight for P2 is very, very close, with a decent margin between the first and second drivers. The rest of the field, after P5, is over a second, with F1 Mason bringing up the rear and Neil as well. It just blows my mind that Tojo went on intermediates. I want to see this lap time. 132, 131. Got it.
Dave, emoji waving hand, emoji pizza, emoji clinking beer mugs.
Alright, Q2 is upon us. And no one, and I mean no one, has even dared to go outside yet. Which I don't blame them, because I wouldn't either. Q2 is where you develop your race strategy. Oh, thank you so much. Q2 is where you develop your race strategy and tire strategy. So, let's say, you know, you go out too early. The track isn't rubbered in very well yet. And if you do that, you might not have peak grip. You might not have peak tire temperatures, peak track temperatures as well, which will all lose you time in the long run. So this is where it gets very hairy. Q3, not very serious. That just determines who's the top 10 in the grid order. But in terms of strategy and race winning, Q2 is where all your money is either to be made or lost. Well, we've got 4 out of the pit. It's only been a minute and a half. Let's see what we got here. Hankberg going on the mediums, as would I if I was personally driving today. I would go on the mediums as well. This track is very slippery, and it's also a lot of straights. Most of this track, oh, we have a retirement already, but not on track. That's good. Most of these turns are high-speed turns, and they're also chicanes. The only low-speed chicanes that you have are the first set and the second set of chicanes, which are turn 1 and 2, and turn 4 and 5. These are all high-speed chicanes. The only time that you'll lose grip, or that will eat away most of your grip, is where Hankberg just went through, coming onto the back straight. That's personally my favorite part of the track, and it's going to be awesome to see if there's going to be any battling around there today, because it is not a side-by-side turn, but if the person ahead gets a really poor run and the person behind takes it perfectly, that sets you up amazingly for the run into the DRS zone going into the final turn. Hankberg starting his outlap now. Had a small lockup going into turn 1 and runs it a little bit wide into turn 2. But he seems to be regained his car. FIL Shea on his maybe outlap. Maybe he's going again for an outlap like Max Verstappen did at Jeddah 2 Sundays ago. ECL Toby on his flying lap as well. Probro sets a 22-1 on mediums, which is the good pace to beat. That's quite rapid. No one else has beaten that yet. Rills is also on the mediums, so is Sinful. Hankberg coming into the finish line here. Let's see what he does. 1:25.6, so not a very representative time of his actual pace. Maybe he's had a mistake somewhere, which I think it was going through turn 1, and he will be going again, it seems. Oh, huge overshoot into the braking zone there, so that'll definitely be detrimental against his time. ECL Toby on a flying lap. He is on the softs with 0.8 laps of fuel left. Let's see if he goes purple into Sector 2. He does not. Oh, he does. Forgive me. Purple in Sector 2, flat out through that chicane right there. Coming into the back straight here. It seems that he's relatively on the pace, and he will be P1 provisionally going into Q3. What will ECL Toby get as he crosses the line here? He gets a 120.7, so he is 1.5. 1.5 seconds is the difference between first and second. Rills with a 122.0 dethroning ER F1 Pro Bro as P2. but only by about 30 thousandths is what it says, right? Fastest lap, interval. Yeah, it won't give me the time difference, but I'm pretty sure it's only about 30 thousandths, which is not very much. That's, if you think about it, that's just one exit of a turn taken better than the other at the end of the day. But Rails shows why he should be the top medium runner with that laps, and I have to respect that, so good for him. He's done 1 lap. Everyone else has done, Hentberg's done 2 laps. Toby has done 2 laps. So I wonder how this will play, seeing as how they have to use these tires if they do not decide to go out again. I wonder how this is going to play out. Oh, we have a yellow flag going in Sector 2. I think that's just because Toby is slowing down. Is he in low fuel mode? I'd like to believe that he is. Yep, he is. Alrighty, RPM sinful here. On another lap, it would appear. Either that or he's just on his end lap. Because it doesn't look he has enough fuel to complete another lap on top of this one as well. FIL Shea on his flying lap on soft, I believe, as well. He did not really appreciate his qualifying position on the mediums, if I believe that he did run mediums, so he decided to go out on the softs and see what he can do. Oh, very deep into that turn. Do you want to break about halfway between the 100 and the 50 for the best result? We have a yellow flag going into Sector 2 here. I wonder who it is. Is it Hankber? It is. I wonder why he's going slow. Oh, he has no fuel. So it's going to be a very slow crawl to the end of the pit.
Very nice commentary, but could you change the camera angle from time to time?
Yes, I can. Is this better? Sergey, just let me know what you want, mate. I'll fix it for you, no problem. William here has just gone purple through Sector 1 on the mediums, which is kind of mind-blowing. No worries, brother. So, William on an absolute flyer, a belter of a lap right now. Purple through Sector 1. Let's see if he's able to keep it up. Purple through Sector 2 on mediums right now. The fastest lap, keep in mind, is a 120.7. So if he's able to do a 120 at all on... Oh, his teammate's in his way. There we go. If he's able to do a 120 on mediums, that goes to show that his soft pace is... Oh, but he's gone wide. Okay, but the game didn't validate it. Hopefully he can keep this lap. Unlucky. 1.3 seconds off the pace with a... What was his time? Give me 1 second. Oh, a small spin there, but that's fine. He's kept it. He's done a 122.0. Now, my track map was telling me that he was doing purples in the first and second sector, which is ridiculous.
F1 Pro Bro, emoji flexed biceps, emoji flexed biceps, emoji flexed biceps. Emoji clinking beer mugs, emoji pizza, 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 emoji clinking beer mugs.
Is this a low fuel mode crawl back into the pits? It would appear so. Yep. Okay. T-Brand is the only other person, or excuse me, T-Brand is the only one on his flying lap. Or is he in low fuel mode as well? He is. F1 Mason starting his time now. Three minutes 50 remaining in qualifying 2. Hopefully other drivers that need it can get out of Q2 and into Q3. Huge lockup. Alright, let's see if he's up going into Sector 3 here. Or has he not even set a time yet? Coming around the last turn, going into the finish line. F1 Mason with a 1:23.7, which I don't know if it's enough to get him out of Q2, to be honest with you. Seeing as how there's not very many people on the grid today, the numbers for Q3 I'm presuming have changed, so I'm not quite sure. Oh, massive moment for F1 Mason, but he fortunately keeps it out of the grass and stays on the track. Hank Burr, I think, on his flying lap as well. Let's see if he's going to improve it all going into Sector 3. Flying down this back straight as well. 4.5 tenths up on his time. This will probably see him into Q3 as well, comfortably, as long as he can hold, if not gain that time into the last turn here. Because all that Sector 3 is the chicane and the final turn here, which even myself, I personally get wrong quite frequently. See if he improves. Oh, unfortunate. Just a tenth and some change off of his fastest time, which he's in Q9. Let's ride on board to see if he has enough fuel for another lap, which it's looking like he does, but he's put it almost into the barrier. Good save. Thankfully, all he's hit was the arrows, the arrow marker, and some more arrow markers. We don't need those anyways. We stay on the track usually anyways, so it's fine. Oh, everyone on their slow crawls. Is Tojo on a lap? Tojo is on a lap. See how he's doing. He has 1.5 laps of fuel.
LOL, nice drift.
Oh, Tojo, I guess, has abandoned his fastest lap. Yes, he has. And so is Phil, I would presume as well. They don't have enough time to do another lap. They can't get to the finish line in 20 seconds. It's physically impossible unless you were to cut everything. So, looks like qualifying 2, ladies and gentlemen, is over. Our top 3, again, ECL Toby with a dominant performance, FIL Shea and William as well. Rills P4, ER F1 Pro P5, Tojo P7 by 600ths. That's it. Not even the gap for P5 and P6 is almost non-existent, essentially. And then 7 through 9 all have within a tenth, so the fight there is insane, with 8th and 9th being separated by a mere 3,000ths. So today's race will be very close in all their respective trains and all their respective packs. which is very, very exciting. Ah, yes, double stack in the pit. I think, Sergi, what makes this commentary nice is that I like to talk a lot. So it's easy for me to just start spewing out information. Plus, I'm a nerd, so anything about this game I'm going to want to learn and know about, you know? Alrighty. Good to see that the incidents tab is very, very dry. These are the top 10. Hank Burgess barely staying alive there. Mason was coming for him. He was only 700s behind. Less than that, really. And then Neil with no time for some reason, but it's fine. He's still P12 ahead of the other 4. Okay, the session at hand. Q3. This is the grid order decider here, and I personally would take my time getting my laps out. And even though there's only 12 minutes, oh, we have 2 people ready to go, raring to go. 3 people. Oh my gosh, 4. Everyone's going. Oh yeah. Ooh, and ER Pro Bro is lucky with the first one out of the pit here. Both Ferraris are raring to go. This is Jetta 2.0 right here. Except the Williams should be the Red Bull, and both Ferraris are Carlos Sainz and Leclerc. And I see no rest for the wicked as Pro Bro is pushing on his outlap as well. He said he wants the biggest gap possible, which is completely understandable. Alrighty. Q3 is beginning here in just a couple seconds. As look at the train of drivers as well. All of them are raring to go. Okay, here we go. ProBro starting his time, along with FIL Shay, ECL Toby, and T-Brown all across the line. William crossing the line, or Tojo, excuse me, crossing the line as well. RPM Sinful starting his lap as well, with Rills actually leaving the pit. Oh, and FI Moti has been disqualified. Why? What is that about? Blocking the pit lane? Alrighty, well, he will start P10. That is an unfortunate situation for him. Didn't even get a chance to drive. Sorry, mate. On board with ER Pro Bro here, as he sets a purple second sector, absolutely flying through the chicane here. 7th gear is the gear to be in. Oh, and we have a retirement as well. What's happened to Tojo? Has he crashed? Oh, he's put it into the wall. No, he hasn't. What's happened there? Interesting. ER Pro, yes, this is the time that I was seeing last night at 20.8.
Emoji eyes, emoji grinning face with swag, but
ER Pro Bro, an easy 3/10 clear of his second place competitor. Moti, it happens. Moti, it happens, buddy, it happens. Welcome to the club. Okay. FIL Shea on another fast lap. Let's see if he's up on his time. He is. Purple in the second sector, but not enough to claim P1. If he can clean it up here in the final turn, and seeing as how he did lose time when he on that exit of that last chicane there, that's why his lap being invalidated. If he can gain time here and keep it clean on this exit, he will or might just be close enough to fight for P1. Oh, but he's in the pit. Okay. Oh, he has 0.4 laps of fuel as well, so his first run is over. RPM Sinful on another hot lap as well, I think. He is. Coming around the last turn here, coming up to the finish line. What does he do? 1:21.6. He was 74 thousandths faster than his fastest lap, which, if the grid was a tad bit tighter, that would be a massive improvement, but unfortunately for today's race, ProBro and Shea are just in a league of their own today. They are hauling faster considerably than the rest of the field. T-Brand. Oh, T-Brand catching air right there. Oh man, hopefully his car is okay. I don't know what the damage is like. Let me see. Standard. Okay, I'm not sure if he'll get body damage, underbody damage from absolutely mounting that curb like Lewis did in Imola against Max. Hopefully his underbody is okay. Hopefully he doesn't crash on his in-lap here. And we have a yellow flag. I think it's just for William here. Going slow. Starting his out lap. Or, excuse me, starting his flying lap. Sliding through the first turn. See what he does here. 26.8. ETL Toby, I'm guessing, doing on another lap as well. Everybody's locking up through there. Massive lockup zone here and through turns 4 and 5 as well. Massive lockup going into turn 4. Everybody's purple through sector 1, so that tells me he is on a fast lap. ECL Toby trying to claw through the clutches of Q3. Absolutely throw. Oh, there's a wheel on the track. Awesome. Absolutely is hauling through sector 2. Let's see if he goes purple again. He doesn't. So this means he's probably on a track for P2, maybe P3, if he can keep this lap clean. Through the final turn, coming up to the finish line, his time, 1:21.007. Now that is a very good lap. with .176 separating the first and second place person. From second to third, I want to say, is 146 thousandths, but from first to third, it is 322 thousandths, or 3/10, 32 hundredths if you'd like. So many different measurements these days, I honestly get so confused out of all of them, but that's not the point. The point is we have some very close racing between the field today, at least between P1 through P3 and P5 through P5 and P6, or no, P4 through P6. Yeah, that's all within DRS range fighting right there. And I can tell you now, to be the lead car in a DRS train around Monza is not a fun time, unless the gap that you have going through either DRS zone is about 7 to 8 tenths the gap. Then it'll be manageable. It'll be rough, and you'll be oh wow, Probro going even faster by about 2 hundredths, but claims an even faster lap just to make sure. Oh, and FL Shady with a .054 gap. So the fight between these two is remarkable and a little terrifying, because they are giving it everything and leaving nothing on the table, pushing the car to where they are sliding through their turns just to make sure they're going full throttle. Good for them. Good for them. I wish I have that pace. Sometimes I do, most days I don't. Oh, and unfortunately eProBro invalidates his lap, but he might have another chance to go again. He inherently has, he doesn't have enough fuel to go again, so he'll have to pit this lap and possibly reuse these same set of tires. I think he's burned through all of his tires so far. We can check here. He hasn't. Okay, he's only used 2 sets of tires, so I think he has one more set of fresh softs, or he has to reuse the, FL Shea with a 713, so absolutely ripping the lead from him by just a tad bit, but actually over a tenth, because it would have been 1/12 hundredths if he was 5 tenths down, or 5. Golly, see what I'm saying? The measurement system is just throwing me around today. 5 hundredths down, and then fastest lap puts him at 7 hundredths up, so 0.12 seconds was found throughout that lap. But there is still time to find, because ProBro and I were setting 126s last night in our practice lobby. Or 20.6, excuse me. So there is definitely still time to be found, but it has to be that perfect lap. ProBro retiring and calling it there. I think he's comfortable with his lead. With there only being 40 seconds in the session anyways, but there's a few people here who are pushing for another lap. ECL Toby starting his final flying lap of the session and of qualifying as well. Let's see what he can do, along with Rills, I believe. And, yeah, Rills. I think that is Rills. That is not Rills. That is... Oh, that is Rills, sorry. RPM Sinful is the one going to the pit here. Rills on his fast lap as well. Let's see what ECL Toby does. Does he go purple into Sector 1? He does not. He is 63... He is 63 hundredths faster than his personal best, though. Braking a little bit early, but that's also very safe, keeping him on the track and not getting invalidated. Let's see if he goes purple through Sector 2. He's only 3/10 shy of the race lead. So he does go purple through Sector 2. Does Rails go purple through Sector 2? He does not, but he is 4/10 up. ECL Toby on a flying lap right now. Coming into the last turn here. Can he steal the lead away from them? He can with a 6.58. Rills coming across the line with a 1:28.96. So, like I said, there was time to be found, and time was found. So, the top three, ECL Toby with a 1:26.58, FIL Shea with a 1:20.713, separated by 55 thousandths. And then Probro following up the top three with a 20.786. The gap from P1 to P3, just over a tenth, essentially. The grid is very close today. Even P4 has a shout in this as well. DRS will be very, very, very useful, and ERS management will be very important for today's race. Now, unfortunately, my friends...
By the way, you pronounced my name 100 perfectly. That's impressive. Half of the people in my country don't even know how to pronounce it. See?
Oh, well, thank you. I work with a lot of people, and it's kind of necessary to be able to understand how different names are said and how different things are pronounced. And it's thank you. I'll take that as a compliment. Thank you for that. But like I was saying, gents, unfortunately, I have work in about 24 minutes, or that's at least when I have to leave. So hopefully we can cover as much possible with this race. We'll probably get about halfway through the race before I have to actually leave, but I'll make sure to give it the best qualifying that I can. But we have one light for our formation lap, and we're on the way. Both Ferraris getting really good practice starts. I don't know if they're... Yeah, there we go. Let's say both Ferraris had great starts. I guess Neil would have had a disconnect, but now he's joined back, it appears. Yeah, I guess he's just disconnected, but it was able to join back, which is a little weird, but understandable. And Icy and Ruthless Peach have both made contact on the formation lap, which then puts you back at the start or at the grid. However, you will not have a chance to warm your tires up, and your tires will get cold over the time it takes for them to, or the rest of the drivers to get back to the grid. And unlike them, your tires will not stay at that temperature that you run at the grid at. They will keep dropping, and you'll start the race with nearly frozen tires, as FIL just has a little wiggle there, trying to get his tires warmed up. Absolutely throwing it side to side. There he goes again. Alrighty. The grid is forming up. We are that much closer to race time. with the grid being almost formed. Maybe this lobby is bugged. Don't tell me it's bugged. Yeah, I think it's bugged, boys. Unfortunate. Yep. Glitch lobby.
Intense action.
Right? That's just absolute. Like, look at how fast these boys are going right now. First of all, our Red Bull in P13 does not look right. I'm gonna be honest with you. Along with the other Red Bull in P16, that just looks really weird. Now the Alfa Romeo in P10 and the Alfa Romeo in P8, I like seeing that. And then the Haas in P7, I like seeing that too. Double Ferraris, just like in real life, kind of weird, but okay. Okay.